Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, Ultramarines versus Tyranids. Alright, so welcome to this 2,000 points game, Tyranids versus Ultramarines. It's been a long time since we've played this combination, red versus blue. We'll see who prevails in this fight. It is a league game. Ultramarines have played one and lost one. Then the Tyranids have played two and lost two. So both sides are losers so far. It's very unlikely this game is going to be a draw. So one of these two armies will be the winner in this game. Very likely. So the Tyranids, to stand any chance of the league, they've got to get a crushing victory here. For the Ultramarines, they do need to win as well. So high pressure game. For both armies that at the moment are struggling. Changed lists, revamped lists here, new units being brought in for both sides. We'll run through James's list in just a moment. Here for the Tyranids, they're a work in progress. I've got some new units to paint up, but for now there's really 3/4 of it is the structure of the new list, and then just trying out some new units and just gap filling here until the new models are ready. So I think this list is okay. We'll see how well it does against the Ultramarines. James does have Guilliman, but we want that to be so, because the whole point of the Decapitator, it's his personal biological urge, is to hunt down and take on Guilliman 1-to-1. So we'll see if that happens in this game. So we're running a battalion and then also running a spearhead detachment as well. So 9 command points here for the Tyranids. So as the battalion is High Fleet Kraken, so all the bonuses for that. The Warlord is the Swarm Lord, just here, 270 points now. I've negated his Warlord trait and instead given Voracious Ammunition, its ability to cause D3 mortal wounds after shooting has taken place from the Exocrine just here. Then the second HQ choice is a Broodlord, the Horror, Psychic Power for him, Psychic Scream and Onslaught for the Swarm Lord. Then the third HQ, that's going to be for the Spearhead. So then troops, 3 units, the way the points have worked out, 3 units of Rippers, 3 units of 3, 2 units of 16 Gene Stealers. So larger units here for the Tyranids to try and use, and they may do okay against the Ultramarines if they don't get caught out in a crossfire. Then part of that battalion as well is the Rippers, or the Ravenous. They're back in for now. This unit's on its way out, but a chance for them to show what they can do maybe, in this game. 6 of them with Death Spitters and Rending Claws for them as well. So Toxicrene is in. I love the model, hardly ever use it, doesn't usually do very well, so there's a chance for it to do something in this game. It's going to be part of the High Fleet Kraken Battalion, so it'll receive the benefits from that. 150 points for that model. I think that's all the battalions. Now we're on to the Spearhead, 1 HQ. It's a Neurothrope equipped with Catalyst and Psychic Scream. It's 2 powers for that one. The Exocrine here, the Bioplasmic Cannon, and then 2 Tyrannofexes. I love that I've got 2 of them now. Spine Banks for both of those, or Stinger Salvos for both of those, and then they're equipped with the Rupture Cannons. That is the list here for the Tyranids. It's 2 traits taken for this High Fleet. Biosphere Consumption. So monsters, if they sit still, or if it's turn 1, they get Feel No Pain of 6+, and then Metamorphic Regrowth as well. They're an auto regen, so these 3 monsters here automatically regenerating a wound per turn, just to try and add to their survive ability. That's the list here for the Tyranids. I'll just mention the Patreons at gold level. So Alex Steelwall, Andrew Swan, Marcus Anthony, Luke Schwengel, Nicholas Lucas, Patrick McPherson, Paul Cook, Will Wright, and Zachary Siltonen, and Nathan Skrazuti as well. Big thanks to them for their support at gold level. You can check out the end credits for those supporting at silver level, and thanks also to those supporting at bronze. All the proceeds on the Striking Scorpion 82 Patreon page go to my local War Games Club, SSWG. I'll take a look now and see what James has in his list. Alright, so 2,000 points of Ultramarines here. It's quite elite. Plenty of Primaris. I didn't realise you painted all of these. That's 3 squads of 10 intercessors. This is pure Primaris.
Correct. It's the first time ever. I thought I'd try it out. Something different.
Good for you. You need the victory.
Yeah.
And you've got Gilliman, so you should be okay.
Special request from Marcus himself. Marcus Fraser wanted me to add Gilliman to the list, so I don't know exactly what he's...
Well, a lot of people have been asking you to, so well done. I can see a Blade Guard Lieutenant here as well. So Patrons, James is bringing them in from his Astra Militarum list, and Patrons for him now are also going to be incorporated into his Ultramarines army as well. So if you're a patron on James's channel and supporting him, then you can now join in 2 armies now, Astra Militarum and also his Ultramarines. So we'll let James run through. He'll tell you where the patrons have been allocated. We'll run through James's list next.
Right, this is my 2,000 points of Ultramarines, and of course it's led by the Primarch, Robute Gilliman, Primarch of 13th Legion. Ultramarines, they're all Primaris in this list. So he has the Warlord trait, fixing the Warlord trait, the Nobility Made Manifest, so infantry models and biker models can heroically intervene within 6 inches of the Primarch. And then I spent another CP to grant Captain Akaran an additional Warlord trait. So he has the Adept of the Codex, so whenever I spend a command point, once per battle round on a 5+, I can regain a CP. So lots of command points. Now I have 15, but -1 for the relic. I have 15 because Gilliman has a fixed 3 CPs in addition to the army. So, debuting on the channel, seeing on the painting tutorial, I have the Indomitus Lieutenant, and he is equipped with a unique Storm Shield, which is a 4+ in Vun save and +1 to his armour saves, which is pretty handy. And he has the Volkite Pistol, which is range 15, strength 5, AP 0, damage 2, but any hit roll of 6 is a mortal wound. Okay. So it's pretty handy. And then I have Captain Akaran, of course, with Gravis Armour. He has Power Gauntlet and Power Sword. And then we have 3 Intercessor squads of 10. They've all got auxiliary grenade launchers, and all of them are equipped with bolt rifles. And then, debuting on the channel at long last, I have a Redemptor Dreadnought. Now he is equipped with the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon and an underslung Gatling cannon. And then we have the grenade launchers at the front as well. And of course the Icarus little rocket pod on the top.
Yep.
And we have a Primaris Ancient, so it's fixed normal Primaris Ancient, nothing special. And then we have 5 Inceptors equipped with the Assault Bolters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a unit of 10 Hell Blasters. Yes, Hell Blasters. They're very expensive now, but they're still really good in my opinion. So there you go. That is my list, and it is time to do the chant once again.
Oh no. Take your headphones off, anyone, quickly.
Courage and honour, we march for McCrag, and we shall know no fear.
Alright, that's James's list. My hearing has recovered after having my right eardrum blasted out by that zealous chant. So, Lieutenant Marcus.
Yes.
Nice. That's one of the patrons. And then Brother Darling, taking control of the Dreadnought. Okay, great to see. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this battle. Okay, so we have a mission here. It's been randomly determined. We've gone to the scouring this time, so deployment looks something like this, with 5 objectives on the board. So deployment zone here marked out like this, and then across the other side marked out by the grey dice. So 2 boxes here tucked in like so, and then objectives, 1 dead centre marked by these green markers, and the others in no man's land here, here, and then I'll go around the other side so you can see the other 2. It's this one just here, and the 5th one just there. So rules for this mission: domination, primary objective. To get 5 points, you need to control 2 or more objective markers. Then 3 or more is an extra 5 points, and then if you control more than the opponent, it's an extra 5 points on top of that. For secondaries, we'll choose those in just a moment. There is strategic scan here. So it's an action required. 1 or more units from your army can start to perform this action at the end of your movement phase. Each unit from your army that starts to perform this action can be a range of a different objective marker, or must be a range of a different objective marker that has not been already scanned. So you're moving around trying to perform this action on multiple objectives, and then strategic scan actions. If there's 1, it's 3 victory points. 2, it's worth 6. 3, it's worth 10, and 4 objectives scanned is worth 15 victory points. Okay, so choosing secondaries here. We're both going to go for the mission secondary, so that's scanning the objectives, just as a challenge for both of us in this game. Good narrative for that one as well. James is going to go for While We Stand, We Fight. So the 3 most expensive models in his army is Guilliman, Captain Akaran, and the Dreadnought. If either of those survive at the end of the game, they're worth 5 points per model, so potential 15 points picked up. Tough units, so that's quite a good one to choose. And then James is going to go for Bring It Down. There's plenty of Tyranid monsters, all worth 3 points each if James can destroy them. So some strong secondaries chosen here by the Ultramarines. So I'll go for Assassinate then. There's an incentive for me to get rid of James's characters. It'll deny James getting his points, and I'll score 3 if I can bring any of those characters down. James has 3 characters, 4 characters in total. And then we'll go for Line Breaker. James is a smaller force, might be able to break into his deployment zone later on in the game. So that's secondaries chosen for both sides. All right, so secondaries chosen. We've had the roll-off here. Tyranids have elected to go at this end of the board. So that'll be their deployment zone. Ultramarines will be deploying across here. So we're going to start alternating placing units on the board. James, you said you needed to mention something about your army.
Yes, I didn't mention this in my list.
I'll go round to his army here.
It's the Reliquary of Vengeance. I've got it from the Ultramarines Codex.
Yes.
So once per battle, at the start of the fight phase, a model with this relic can reveal the reliquary. When it does, until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of models in friendly chapter units whilst they're within 6 of that model.
Right, so +1 attacks can be activated at some point during the game. Okay. So and that's been given to who? The lieutenant?
The Lieutenant Marcus.
Right, okay. So he's carrying the relic. Don't drop it. So we'll go on to deployment now. Start alternating placing units on the board. Alright, so just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. It's a blend of terrain from different suppliers here. The battle mat, first of all, is from gamemat.eu, so it rolls out nice and flat. Then we simply put the terrain on top, and then add some stones and bushes and scatter onto the board. Then the terrain, this industrial terrain set here, and the yellow containers as well. That's all from gamemat.eu. That's their industrial terrain set available from them, pre-painted. Then we just sort of added our own shading and weathering effects to them just to blend them in with our current terrain sets as well. So you can check out gamemat.eu for your suppliers of battle mats. They also make pre-painted terrain sets as well. This one's actually called the Chem Zone set, I believe, available from them. Then there's some Games Workshop and Forge World terrain on the board, but in the middle of the table, this entire complex here is from madgamingterrain.com. They're channel sponsors here as well. There's a link for them in the video description below. But here at SSWG, we've managed to assemble a good sized chunk of the terrain and some walkways here. It's all fully magnetized. These walkways across here, they're all magnetized, so you could do multiple levels. So started to, as the collection expands, we started to go up different floors here, and it's all modular, so you can change the configuration around every time, but it blends in really well with urban terrain. I'm looking forward to expanding this MDF terrain set available from madgamingterrain.com, so you can check out them for your supplies of MDF terrain also. Alright, so deployment is done for both sides. Tyranids have a few reserves. I've kept the Raveners in reserve and the 3 units of Rippers in reserve also. Deploying right up to the edge of their deployment zone. Usually to hang back with the monsters, but we've got to push forward here. The game revolves around these objectives, so they need to be taken and held from the earliest stage of the game. So it's going to put the Tyranid monsters in the line of fire, but much must be risked in war. So Toxicrane deploying at the front. Terrain effects on the right hand side. It's Neurophrope here at the back, then just tucked like an inch back here, just protected by the monsters, is the Brood Lord. Then the Swarm Lord, his personal mission to take on Guilliman. We'll see if that happens in this game. He's behind this building. Gene Stealer's 1-2 units sheltering behind these buildings, and then I'll go around the other side. You can see the Ultramarine deployment, very boring. So then monsters here. Terrain effects, Exocrine on this left-hand side.
Very noble and a good start.
Hiding, lurking. No, he's wise. He's not going to expose himself early on. He'll wait for the right time. He needs to be at full strength to take on the Primarch here. So Primarch Guilliman is over on this right-hand side for the Ultramarines. 10-man squad, just so James can take advantage of stratagems and so on. So Hellblasters are split into 2 lots of 5. Banner is just with them, as predicted. It's Intercessors here, here, and here, all squads of 10. There's Lieutenant Marcus, Captain Akaran, Brother Darling, the Dreadnought, and that is... No, James has reserves coming across here. Inceptors, 5 of them to arrive, turn 2 onwards. Okay, so the battle lines are drawn. This visually does look very... Yeah, the terrain looks nice, and the 2 armies red against blue looks nice. Yeah, no, we're all very happy. Shame that much blood will be spilt across this new terrain set, but here we go.
Where's your Tyranid dice? I have my Ultramarine dice.
Oh, please.
I am Ultramarine Battle Brother.
You rolled a 1 with it last time. Here it comes. We'll let him roll. That's another 1. Idiot. 4, yes, okay.
I can't steal the initiative.
You can't steal the initiative, no. We must go first. We've got some firepower, so I think it is worth going first here for the Tyranids. So we'll go on to turn 1, the first turn. The Tyranid biomass will lurch forwards here, headed straight towards Guilliman's battle line. We'll go on to turn 1 here now for the Tyranids. So, moving for the Tyranids here on turn 1. So, this is High Fleet Kraken here with the Toxicranes. Movement 8. We played Opportunistic Advance. An advance, rolled a 6. And doubled it to 12. So, 20-inch move from this thing. If we can get a Psychic Power off, it may be able to charge. It'll be an 8-inch charge to reach the Ultramarine battle line. It's Kraken. Triple dice being rolled. 8 inches plus 5 for their movement. Then we've advanced here with both of these, the Neurophrope and then also the Broodlord. Just doing their job, moving out onto the objective here with the Tyrannifex. The second unit Genius is just moving through the terrain along with the Swarmlord. And then around on this side here, Exocrines remains stationary. It's range 36. It finds itself in range of a good number of Ultramarines units. And the Tyrannifex has moved out onto this objective as well. So, movement's done. Bold here from the Tyranids. Both sides need to be in this game. Now for 9th edition. Board control and holding objectives is everything. We'll go on to Psychic Phase for the Tyranids next. Okay, Psychic Phase is complete. We've put Onslaught and Catalyst onto the Toxicranes, giving them the best chance that we can to try and make it into close combat and survive for as long as possible. All the smites are out of range here, 18 inches, just falling short of the Ultramarines battle line. So the Horror, we attempted to cast that. Perilled, command rerolled it. You're allowed to command reroll Psychic tests. And the second attempt at that was actually a failure. So Psychic Phase finished here. The most important powers have gone ahead though. I really wanted Catalyst and Onslaught to go off, and they have. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next for the Tyranids on turn 1. Okay, Shooting Phase. Gene Stealers have moved. That's the ability that's come from the Swarm Lords. They have moved up the table very, very quickly here, much to the surprise of the Ultramarines. James vows to gun them down here. He has some decent stratagems available if he uses his Overwatch ability. But we're going to fire the Toxicrane. It does find itself just within 8 inches. We'll go against this squad just here. So we'll go for Choking Spores first of all. Assault D6. So 3 here. Yeah, we did advance. That's right. It's an assault weapon. And our ballistic skill is 4+. So 5s for hits, 2 hits. And failed to wound, but it's rerollable. And failed to wound again. Then we'll go for Massive Toxic Lashes. Assault D6. 4 shots. Again, needing 5s to make it through. Failed to wound, and it's rerollable. And failed again. So, abysmal shooting from the walking spaghetti monster. Alright, we'll fire into the Hellblasters on top here with the Tyrannifex. So 3 shots. Need 4s. And 2s for a wound. No wound, and we'll leave it at that. So that's the firepower from that finished. Eek, I'm tempted to go for that command reroll. Yeah, we'll go for it. Here it comes. Yes, so wound does come through. So the Rupture Cannon is AP -3.
5 up save.
So 6 up save. That's exposed position, that cover. So no bonus there.
Yep.
No save. Damage of D6. Just don't roll a 1. You roll a 1. And there's nothing we can do about that. So James will just put a measly wound onto one of the Hellblasters. Right, fire this Tyrannifex. Again, it's moved. We'll go into the Hellblasters on top here. 4s. 2 hits this time. 2s for wounds. 2 wounds come through. 2 saves of 6+. James has the banner nearby, so he'll be able to... He saved 1, so 1 model's going to be slain. It's already received a wound.
4+ gets to shoot.
So 4+ for a shot.
Yes.
He does shoot.
Supercharging. And hit.
Into the Toxicrane.
Yeah.
Okay, here it comes. 2 shots, needing 3s. Yeah, it's worth going for... It's toughness 8 here, but rapid fire, and it's toughness 7. So James is going to go for 2 shots. Here, needing 3s, and it's all rerollable because of Gilliman.
Yep. Both hit.
Okay.
8.
3s to wound.
I reroll 1s to wound because of the Primark. Wounded, AP -4.
AP -4 goes straight through the armour. Damage 2. 4 damage. Okay. I do have the 5+ invuln, or 5+ feel no pain for Catalyst, which blocks 2. Okay, so the Toxicrane can drop down to 10 wounds remaining. Okay, so then we'll go on to the Exocrine here, which we've kept still. So it's going to get +1 to its hit rolls, and it's going to shoot twice. So 6 shots here. with the bioplasmic cannon. Not going to pay any extra abilities for it, we'll just play it as it is. So 3s for hits. We're going against this combat squad here of Hellblasters. So we've missed a few. 3s to wound. Yeah, they've all wounded. And it is AP -3. So saves of 6+. Blocked 1, 2 damage each time. So 2 models slain. James can make his mind up what he wants to do with them. If they can shoot, need 4s with the banner.
1 to shoot.
1 can shoot, okay. So really it's just a pot shot up to the top of the table. Into the turn effects. Okay. 1 shot needing a 3. It's off the table. It's a 1. It's rerollable for Gilliman. And it's a miss. 2 models slain. Always glad to see the back of those Hellblasters. This is the second salvo coming through. This is good. 3s to wound. Oh, just the 2. 2 saves of 6+ required now.
Save 1.
You say he's rolled here. He's saved 1. Okay. And then 4+ to activate that model.
Save, yeah. And you're going to shoot at the same target.
Going after the turn effects. 1 shot. Missed and rerollable. No. Okay, so another model slain. So 3 Hellblasters brought down. Not too bad here from the Tyranids. Okay, so shooting phase is finished now for the Tyranids. It's good they're taking out Hellblasters. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. It's going to be tricky getting these combats to go ahead. A bit of distance to travel. James has some stratagems that may well be able to bring some of the Tyranids down as they attempt their charge. But we'll go on to charges next. Okay, so charges have taken place. The Toxicrene went in first. It slammed into the end unit first because I knew James had a stratagem which lets 3 other units shoot and didn't want him using the Hellblasters. So he's supported his Overwatch tier, then supported firepower with this squad of intercessors, and Lieutenant and the Captain have all fired in. Total of just no wounds caused. 1 wound did make it through, we rolled a 5+, so no damage taken on the Toxicrene. It's still on 10 wounds remaining. Catalyst has come to its aid a few times here, rolled up some good armor saves as well. Gene Stealers, a 5-inch charge for them, so still a piling move to make with those just to get more of them into close combat. They reached this squad of intercessors, so slamming into the left-hand flank of the Ultramarines here. As James checking Heroic Intervention, there's no room here between models. You can activate the relic, yeah, of course you can. Okay, so James has that relic to activate to grant even more attacks. There'll be 4 attacks each.
That's right.
Ouch. We'll go into combat resolution here. Tyranids, Gene Stealers have charged in early in games before and they've been vaporised. They've bounced off of Space Marine units. That may well be the case here against the Ultramarines. James has the ability to heroically to interrupt play, so Tyranids need to choose carefully where they will fight first. We're going to combat resolution. We've got a turn 1 combat on our hands here. Tyranids have closed the ground quickly here with these units. Okay, so piling move mode. We're going to fight here first with the Gene Stealers. Those 5 haven't made it in. They're not close enough. So that means we're going to get 11 of them fighting. There's Acid Maws in the squad. 4 of them represented by those dice, and the rest are Rending Claws. So, do the Acid Maws first of all.
3s.
So yeah, it's going to be 3s because we're too far away from the Broodlord. That is a really good result so far. 4s to wound. So these come through at AP -3. So 7 of those at AP -3. So James has 6 up saves to make. Okay, so this Caustic Blood has been played, by the way. So for every model he slays on a 6+, it will be a mortal wound just to try and cause a few more casualties if we can. But 7 saves here of 6+. To try and prevent some Marines from being hacked down here. Save 1. So 3 models slain. We'll go on to Rending Claws next. That's the Acid Maws done. We'll go on to Rending Claws. 28 attacks with them. So again, looking for 3s. That looks really good. Those are fouled. This is a really good roll. This has gone well here for the Gene Stealers for once. There's a 2. So you're looking for 4s to wound. 6s are good. Get some 6s. We'll separate those out. There. So there's 4 of them. Then we'll take away these ones. And those ones. Yeah, the result's pretty good. So 10 saves at -1. And then 4 at 3 here for rending claws. -4. All right, so these are -4. So those are 2 more dead Primaris Marines. That's from the rending claws, the rends coming through. Okay, so 4 pluses. It's going to be... I'm not sure if we haven't got the squad. We've taken out 3 more slain. We've cut them down quite significantly, though. It looks like 2 members left of that squad. Right, so James has interrupted play here. So they can't all fit in here because of the tightness of this fight. So the front 2 are in, and then the back 3. The relic activated and the sergeant, that's 21 attacks here against the Toxicrane. So here come the attacks. So 3s for hits. Captain Akaran is in range, yep. Just reroll 1s. And the lieutenant, the extra attack's coming through because this relic's been activated here for +1 attack. So 3s for hits. Loads of 1s. Well, not so bad. That's helped a little bit. So those 2s can disappear. It'll be 5s to wound with toughness 7.
Reroll 1.
Rerolling 1s for the lieutenant, yeah. Just 3. So we're trying to save these on a 3+. Failed 1. 5+ for Catalyst. No, so wound taken, dropping to 9 wounds on the Toxicrane. Okay, interesting. So interrupt play, charges then Toxicrane to fight next. So first of all, Acid Blood. Close, but no. That would have been a mortal wound. Just every time you lose a wound, 6+ causes a mortal wound for Acid Blood. Then we'll attack. We'll have 6 attacks with the massive Toxic Lashes. So 6 attacks on top profile, need 3s. So failed those. So on average. 3s to wound. Yeah, they come through. Rerolling failed wound rolls. Nope. So that's 3 have made it through. And this is at AP -2. So 5 pluses. Okay. D3 on the first. Just the 1. And we'll leave it at that, and the other one's just going to cause... That doesn't matter, it's going to be a minimum of 1 wound, so 1 model slain. 5 attacks for the sergeant, 4 attacks for the marine. It's a crazy amount of attacks fighting against the Gene Stealers. So 9 attacks. Did bring a lot of them down, though. It would have been a horrific amount of attacks if more had survived. Rerolling 1s for the captain. And 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s for the lieutenant. 5 by looks of it. Yep. None. And then we'll try and roll some 6s here for Caustic Blood. Yeah, there's 1. So mortal wound caused. Not that deadly. So there's no heroic interventions here. I think James has been a bit surprised at the speed of the Tyranids, especially this monster making it all the way up the table on turn 1, and the speed of the Gene Stealers as well. So characters caught out here as they stood behind their ranks of infantry. Some damage has been caused here, but I don't think the Ultramarines will be panicking too much.
We shall know no fear
at this stage. So really, just the size of the base is just 2 models within an inch. I'll roll up for those. There's a 6, yep, so mortal wound caused on that squad. That's at the end of the fight phase. That is the ability here for hypertoxic miasma at the end of the fight phase for the Toxicrane. Alright, so we've played Adrenaline Surge. We're going to fight again, just the way the rules are written here. I reckon we've been able to pile in against the closest enemy models. So some are going to get to fight against this other squad the Toxicrane's battling against. The rest are going to the original squad just here. 2 Acid Maws against this squad. So we charge this turn, we're still going to get these attacks. And then we'll do these first actually. 2 Acid Maws into here. So it's a terrible roll. 2 wounds come through at AP -3. It's 2 saves of 6+.
1.
Save 1, okay, that's enough to bring down the sergeant, so he's removed. And then, so that's 2 Acid Maws, and then that one was there. That's those 4 are going across there. So 2, 5, 20 attacks into the Lone Marine. So we'll just lump the dice together here. They're all the same. It's all rending claws now. This is where most of our attacks are going to go. That dice wasn't rolled. And then we'll take away the ones that have failed. Something like this. Double six to bring him down. There it is. Right, okay, so that's that sergeant gone. Or the grenade launcher gone. That squad wiped out. That was the mission for the Gene Stealers, to wipe out a unit of intercessors, and they've done it. And then now, 2 Acid Maws and 2 Rending Claw models. So we may as well roll them all together. Yes, Acid Maws will be in grey. So 3s. It's a good roll. Okay, so we've got a slain model. That's from Rending Claws. Those are fouled.
What's the strength of Acid Maw?
Just normal, strength normal. So 3 Acid Maw saves of 6+. Double six. Alright, so 1 wound makes it through, plus a slain model. So that's him gone. Then another slain model from the Rending Claws, and then 3 saves of -1.
Save 1.
Save 1. Okay, so another model slain. Take that one. Just there, if James is happy enough. That's that resolved. Tyranids are burnt for a lot of command points here. Yeah, James will get to fight back. So 4 command points remain for the Tyranids. James has a strategy that lets him fight again, but he's not. He's going to leave it and just use firepower to bring these Gene Stealers down. Are you sure? It's a bit of revenge in the fight phase. He could bring those Gene Stealers down. There is caustic blood on them, so only 6s to wound or cause, or 6s when we're slain.
Is that in close combat?
Yeah.
No, not going to play.
It's not going to play. It's going to rely on firepower to get rid of this initial Gene Stealer assault. Alright, so turns finished here. Primaris Marines being hacked down by Gene Stealers. Quite effective from them, but the turn is now over. Yeah, some morale holds, no issue. We've tucked that model in for coherency. James had a consolidation move to make. So turn is over now for the Tyranids. They've made an impression here already. They've suffered defeats in our league, but they're out for the possibility of a win here against Gilliman's Ultramarines. Turn 1 is finished for the Tyranids. We're going to turn 1 now for the Ultramarines. Right, so movement phase for the Ultramarines on James vows to kill Tyranids here. Dreadnought swung around here, so Brother Darling getting ready to engage the Toxicrone. So you have pulled back from close combat, played a stratagem on them, so they can pull back, shoot and charge. So disciplined manoeuvres here, yeah, from the Ultramarines. The characters now queuing up here to get stuck into the Gene Stealers as well. So the Lieutenant and Captain Akrant, the banners swung around in this direction as well. Moving along the new terrain, does look nice here. The Hellblasters moving across. Hellblasters, 2 of them here. Gilliman pushing forwards, and he's going to guide this squad up the board as well. So movement done here for the Ultramarines. Here, no reserves can arrive at this point, but the army's shrunk here. It's already quite noticeable. Models have been removed from play, and Gilliman's force has been reduced in size here. It's a feel-good factor with the Tyranids. They've got nothing to lose, really, except the league. So we'll go on to no psychic phase, shooting phase next. So correction to James's movement. We've given him grace here. We've let him move the banner around. That was his intention, to follow along this contraption. So we're going to activate our booby trap now. This collapses. No, not really. It's a sturdy bridge as the Primaris cross. So supercharging, and it's going to go against the Exocrine just here. Range 30. You're in range 30?
Yes.
Okay, so here come the shots, 1 at a time, because James is supercharging it. Okay, so yeah, 2 at the back here. One from each of these squads is actually out of range. It's range 30 here. So they're going to go into the terrain effects instead. So
This one.
In the terrain effects. Hits him.
The next one. Hits him.
2 hits, right. This is all the shots against the terrain effects.
4 to wound.
Yeah, toughness 8 here.
Rearing 1 to wound.
Because of Gilliman.
And wounded. AP -4.
2.
No, just 1.
Just the one made it through, right, okay. 6+ feel no pain because of our biosphere consumption. No, so 2 wounds taken. Right, next, down to 12 wounds left. Next is shots 1 at a time into the Exocrine.
So the front man working around on.
Yep.
Front man. He hits. Sergeant. Hits. Brother. Hits. Brother. Hits.
Good shooting. That's the 3 from that squad and the 1 from that squad.
Yeah. 4s.
Fours to wound again.
Reroll 1s to wound because of the Primarch. Wounded. AP -4.
How many?
All of them.
All of them. Okay, that's 6+ feel no pain. By the way, we didn't score any, but we shouldn't have had that because we moved. You have to remain stationary to get it. So 8.
That's the extra crime.
Yeah, 8 wounds in total.
8. Yeah.
We do get 6 pluses with this because it didn't move, and we block 1. But it's ouch. It's taken 7 damage.
I'm going to shoot at that monster.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, Gilliman's firepower next. Tyranid monster's taking a battering here. They're surviving, but the wounds are flowing through. Now the Primarch himself will fire his Arbitrator.
They hit, of course. Strength 6.
5s to wound.
All wounded.
Oh, come on.
AP -1.
4+ armor save. Aha! For the hive mind. Wow. Just as we needed a decent roll. Try and keep the train effects alive. Now, we're long range firepower here. I don't want James getting too close, but he's closing the range if he does decide to march right up to this end of the board. Alright, so this unit here, James has paid 2 command points. 1 command point to improve their AP minus by an extra 1, and another command point to count as having remained stationary just to get the extra shots to rapid fire. So 2 grenade launcher shots. You're going into the Exocrine or the top terrain effects?
Exocrine.
2 shots into there, need 3s with help from Gilliman. There is a good chance to bring this monster down. 1 hit. So Gilliman grants reroll 1s or reroll hits?
Reroll 1s.
Oh, right, okay. Strength 6, no wounds. Strength 6, toughness 8. And then the rest is going to be 16 shots from the rest. It's going to be tough, actually.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be on 6s to wound, actually. Strength 4, toughness 8. These monsters are tough here for the Tyranids.
It's just to do something.
Do some kind of damage, yeah.
3s. Rerolled hit rolls. Because Primarch.
Okay, so here come the rerolls for the hits.
That's better. All got 1.
Right, so now we're on 6s to wound, rerolling 1s.
Yeah, this would be 8
-2. Okay. There's some 6s. There's a few, so I can see 4.
8 -2.
4 of them. 5 pluses. Save 1. 6+ feel no pain. No, 3 wounds taken. Down to 2 left with the Exocrine. Okay, James able to shoot into here. This is frag shots coming in. 2 lots of them.
All hit. 5s.
5s to wound, no. Oh, cool, 4 of them. Unbelievable. 5 pluses. We block none. 4 gene stealers brought down by the frag rounds. That's good shooting. So something like this.
Yeah.
Like so. So 4 gone. 8 shots now. This is rapid fire with bolt rifles.
3 on 1s. There's Captain Akaran and Gilliman.
Yep.
Gilliman's influence is 12.
12 for real ones, yeah.
And
2.
2 wins.
5 ups. No, fouled those 2 as well. So I'll take those away. Ooh. We'll go here and here.
Volkite pistol.
So that's 6 casualties so far. Volkite pistol, yep.
3s. 3 on 1s because of Captain.
It's 2-shot weapon.
Yep.
Wow.
Strength 5.
3s to wound.
6s are mortal wounds.
Oh.
1s to wound. Nothing.
Nothing from him.
And Akaran.
Yeah, his gauntlet to fire.
All hits. 1 wound. 2 wounds. Strength 4.
No, 2 more slain. I think James is going to gun these gene stealers down and it'll create a clear path for him to charge through against the Toxicrine. Alright, Dreadnought's going to shoot here. Brother Darling's going to fire. It's going to go into the gene stealers. The launcher on top is going to go into the Toxicrine.
Heavy onslaught.
Priority is to clear them, to get them out of the way so the Dreadnought can then charge through.
Heavy onslaught Gatling cannon is 12 shots.
Yep.
Needing 3s.
Rerolling 1s.
On 1s.
Oh, this is very accurate firepower here.
All
Is that all of them? All of them except 1. 3s to wound. Gene stealers are going to go.
And reroll 1s to wound.
There's a load. I'm going to roll 6. I'm gone.
AP -2.
Yeah, they are gunners, wiped out and destroyed very quickly. Yeah, that's the problem with Geniuses. They can be gunned down quickly. I had to try and max out their effectiveness. Yeah, it's just the Icarus pod now going to go into the Exocrine. Toxicrine. Heavy D3. 2 shots. This is going into the Exocrine.
It's a ground type. 4s.
Oh, okay. 4s.
Both hit.
Strength 7. 4s to wound.
1 wound. AP -1.
4 up. Blocked on a 6.
And 2 damage.
Any other shooting? These have all fired. We've seen their firepower. Gilliman's fired. He can fire with his...
That's it.
Going to go into the Tyranid.
Moved, so...
A long pot shot, which misses. And that's the end of the shooting phase. I'll reroll for Gilliman, and he still missed. So, firepower finished. Pretty good from the Ultramarines. They have caused some significant damage against the Tyranid monsters all the way down the road, and they've cleared the immediate threat of the Geniuses. They've been vaporized, and the path is clear to charge into the Toxicrine as it sits on the objective. Just talk about tactica here in this game, or the tactical situation in this game. Ideally, the Dreadnought needs to charge in, destroy this target, and then push on to secure that objective to make sure that James... No, you still can't do it. You're not in range of that objective over there. So at the moment, the Ultramarines hold no objectives at all, and the Tyranids will sit on 2 at least. If they control 3, though, they're going to pick up 15 points at the start of their next turn. We'll go on to charges next. Right, so charge has gone ahead. We didn't overwatch, so Dreadnought gets to fight here on the charge, going against the Toxicrine.
Spend a command point to reroll 1s.
Wisdom of the Ancients will be used. James wants to guarantee the kill here. Because we could cause some kind of damage to you.
Yes.
And even if you slay us, there's a chance to cause damage with acid blood. Okay.
5 attacks.
Here it comes.
Because he's a Space Marine as well.
On the charge, yeah. Now this thing's pretty good in close combat. 3 for hits with the Redemptor Fist.
What's your toughness?
Toughness 7.
2's to wound.
Oh no, rerolling 1s.
14. Reroll 1s.
You got 6-inch range here?
Yes.
Edge of your base, yep, no problems. The two Patreons working together. Okay.
2's to wounds. All wounded.
Oh, wounded. Don't tell me it's AP -4.
AP -3.
6s, we've got to get a 6 here at least. Come on. I'm highly tempted to try and command reroll 1 in 6 chance. I'd love to keep this thing alive. Yeah, go for it. 1 in 6. Pays off. Alright, 2d6 damage. 3d6 would have killed us. 2d6 doesn't. 5 wounds caused. And we'll actually roll some dice here. And there's no mortal wounds come through. Every wound we lose is a chance of a mortal wound. On a 6. Okay, so our attacks back then, 5 attacks now. Our weapon skill drops to 4+. So just 2 make it through. We're not really that amazing. No wounds, it's rerollable. Those 2 come through. AP -2.
Save.
Oh, saved, well done. Yeah, AP -2, so just about blocked those from coming through. The end of the fight phase, roll d6 for each model within an inch. So 6+, nope for that one. Hypertoxic miasma's done, and then acid blood's been done, so that is it. Not that effective, but we have survived here. Oh, we took 5 wounds. Hold it right there. Catalyst, and we will restore 2 wounds back to this model. That means we get an extra attack, which misses, and that is the end of the fight phase. Alright, on to the chapter here. Any unit can fight again, including Dreadnoughts, so away you go, 5 attacks. Here's trouble.
Reroll 1 because of the strategy.
Yep. Oh, 4 make it through.
Strength 14.
2's to wound.
All wounded.
Oh, no. I need a 666 or something amazing. 4d6 damage. I'm going to check this. Is it for every wound caused or for every wound lost here for my chances to cause mortal wounds? Right, so... Catalyst. Those have saved. Not bad. 8 wounds came through in the end. Okay, so we have died. We'll roll to see if we fly around like a spaghetti monster. We don't. And then we lost 6 wounds, so 6 is for a mortal wound. We caused one. Alright, so we've left a slimy mark on this Dreadnought here, but only one wound caused. The Toxocrine is no more. Okay, so consolidation move made here. That's exactly what James wanted to happen. The Dreadnought has now claimed that objective. So, turn is now finished. There's no morale to resolve. An initial Tyranid attack.
Good debut.
Yeah, it was good. Oh yes, the Dreadnought, yeah, good play. It's done well. It's dispatched one of the monsters here. The infantry have pulled back and cleared away the Gene Stealers. Tyranids prepare for a second wave. Perhaps our last wave to go in here against the Ultramarines as we try and stop the blue tide. We'll go on to turn 2 for the Tyranids next. Alright, so turn 2 for the Tyranids. Haven't moved them yet, but just going to cover the points. Hold this objective. We hold another objective across the other side, so 5 points for that, and we do control more objectives than the Ultramarines. So 10 points here for the Tyranids. Their scoreline looks quite healthy at the moment. Alright, so moving for the Tyranids here on their second turn. So holding position, just its job is just to patrol and hold that objective. As the Neurothrope has advanced around, has taken the central objective. Unit of Rippers has turned up, Deep Strike landing just there. Played opportunistic advance on the Broodlord. He's got a cross up, across here, across the bridge, and it will be a 5 or 6 inch charge to reach the Hellblasters. Then the Raveners have turned up in this corner. Because remember, one of our secondaries is Linebreaker. Rippers, just tucked around here. Useful little units for the Linebreaker secondary objective. Gene Stealers have surged ahead. An 11 inch move from them. Just rolled the 3 was the best we could roll for our Kraken advance. And then the Swarmlord has remained where he is. Just going to keep him there for now. And then regenerating a wound here on the Tyranifex, regenerating a wound, and then we played accelerated regeneration, or whatever it's called. You get D3 wounds restored. I only rolled a 1, so an extra wound restored onto the Exocrine, so it's now on 4 wounds. That is movement done. We still have 1 unit of Rippers still to arrive from reserve. We're going to hold that off for now with the Tyranids. That's the movement done. On to Psychic Phase next. Okay, Psychic Phase finished. Haven't used Smites and Psychic Scream. I'm going to try and reach the Hellblasters in close combat instead. Catalyst did go off. We've put it onto the Tyranifex on the other side. And the Horror went off as well. I've put it onto this infantry squad just here to make them -1 to the hit rolls to try and preserve the Raveners for a bit longer. That is Psychic Phase finished. A little bit limited here. Tyranids electing to try and go for close combat instead. Shooting Phase for the Tyranids next. So here we go. Rupture Cannon versus Dreadnought. 3 shots, needing 4s. We're off to a good start. We've got 2 hits. Strength 10. 3s to wound. Guy. Come on, reroll. Yes, it goes off. We're down to 1 command point left for the Tyranids. These come through at AP -3. So 2 6-up saves here against, for the Dreadnought to make. No, 2d6 damage. 6 damage caused.
Spend command point half.
Ah, right, okay. So that's -1 to damage now. It's been FAQ'd, so it's not halved, it's just -1 from the damage. So it's going to be 4 wounds instead of 6. Okay, so down to 9 wounds left. We'll fire again, because it remains stationary. Just the 1 hit, so we're not going to destroy this Dreadnought here. That's not so good. It does wound. 6 up save, otherwise it's going to be another d6 damage. Nope. The result is a 1 to a minimum of 1, so it's just going to be 1, so it's down to 8 wounds left. I was intending to try and destroy that thing, but we have failed. That Dreadnought's still in decent condition. So, Stinger Salvo's out of range. The Stinger Salvos from the other turn effects are going to go into that squad of regular intercessors, and then we can see, because of our humpy back, we can see through across here. This isn't obscuring terrain here. We're playing the rules for Munitorum containers, so we can see through against this Dreadnought. So, first of all, we will fire the Stinger Salvos here. So, Assault 4. Forced hits going into the intercessors. 2 hits. And no wounds, that's that done. Now the Rupture Cannon going into the Dreadnought. 2 hits. 1 wound. 6 up save. It's a lot of effort to bring this thing down. D6 damage -1. So 3 wounds caused, down to 5 left.
Racket.
Finally. God. We'll fire again. 2 hits. 2 wounds. Now there's trouble. 2 6+ is required. Otherwise this Dreadnought could be brought down here. No. Rupture cannons are good. 3 wounds becomes then 4 wounds for the other, down to 1 wound left on the Dreadnoughts in a sorry state. Right, so we'll go with Death Spitters now. One of them can see through to the Dreadnoughts. We're going to try and pick off a wound, and the rest are going to go into the Intercessors. So, 3 hits. 2 wounds. This could be it. AP -1. 2 saves of 4+. 50-50. Got him. Okay, does he explode? That's quite a significant result. It's taken a lot of Tyranid effort to bring him down. Does he blow up is the question.
Or do I do a command reroll to save him?
You could. A 50-50 roll to keep the Dreadnought alive. I don't think I've much firepower left.
I'm going to have to, it's for the objective really.
Yeah, keep the Patron alive.
For honour!
For Patrick. Failed. Does he explode?
5+ or regain?
Sorry about this, Patrons, but James is... Yep, fine.
Explosion.
No, but right. Dreadnought destroyed. He nobly pushed forwards onto the objective, but he's been caught in a Tyranid crossfire and brought down. The steaming, smoking Hulk crashes to the ground. The pilot crawls out, barely alive, and awaits rescue. 15 shots into the Intercessors. Bit of Dakar of our own, in 4s. Yeah, it's not that good. Yeah. Watch their evidence whilst you can, because they're on their way out. 5s, 3s to wound, 4 saves. That is strength 5. Yep. 4 saves at -1. So 4 saves of 4+. Just trying to pick away at them. Yeah, we've brought 1 down and caused a wound on another. Right, so Exocrine is going to fire next. Going to go after the Hellblasters. Could be the final salvo from this thing. Our damage is... We've just... Actually, that stratagem helped us get over into the next bracket up. So we're on 4s to hit here. No, sorry, we're on 5s. We remain stationary. Yes, we're on 4s. And it's awful. 1 hit comes through with no wound. We'll fire again because we sat still. Then 4s. Then 3s. 666. Okay, they've made it through. These are AP -3. So 6 is required. Blocked 1, 2 damage. 2 Hellblasters are slain. The banner's nearby. No, it's this squad down below shot at. So still within range of the banner though. 4+ to activate them.
So
2 dice, 4+. Okay. They both are active here.
You shot me.
Where's he going to shoot?
Oh, the Broodlord's closer.
Yes, you could shoot at him. Blast. Yes. He's going to shoot the Broodlord.
Super charging.
Right, 4 shots then. Yep.
So it doesn't matter if I die.
No, yeah, just roll them all together. It doesn't matter. So 3s.
Rerolling 1s.
Oh no! This is not going well.
Can't reroll. Toughness 6, 5. So it's 2.
3s to win. 3 rolling the 1. 2 make it through.
5.
We do have a 5+ in bun. Pass 1.
2 damage.
Damage of 2. Okay, 2 wounds caused on the Broodlord. Okay, so the last action here is Gene Stealers pushing forwards. Their move activated by the Swarmlord. So shooting phase is finished here. The Ultramarines have been battered again. They've lost the Dreadnought, so infantry being brought down. But we're kind of saving a lot of our damage for assaults if the charges go ahead. This one should go ahead, but we'll see if the Broodlord can make it in as well. We're going to charges, maybe some Overwatch next as well. Alright, so charges have gone ahead. Gene Stealers have gone in. They lost 1 from Overwatch, and that was it. They declared against that squad. James has intervened with Gilliman. The Broodlord failed his charge. Command reroll. Our last command point being used up till more are refunded at the start of our next command phase. We've made it into close combat against the Hellblasters. There's trouble now for the Ultramarines. There's no fear for Gilliman, but his brethren are going to be cut down here potentially. This is the thin blue line starting to materialise now. They're losing models thick and fast. And look at the board control that the Tyranids have. They're anchoring objectives and bringing the points in. We'll go on to combat resolution here. I think I must fight first with the Gene Stealers. Right, so we'll do Acid Moors first of all. All of our attacks are ignoring Gilliman. All the attacks are going into the Intercessors. So it's 2s to hit because of the Broodlord nearby. Finally is within range to help out. 4s to wound. God, no, it's terrible. It's not very good at all. 4 saves of 6+ here from the Acid Moors. Save 1, okay. So 1 model slain and a wound caused. Not very good so far. Right, so the rest fighting. 2 lots of 22. So 2s for hits. All of them. This is rending claws here, so the colour of the dice doesn't matter. 4s to wound. 6s are good. Okay, so
2 hull models.
2 hull models slain. And then we're not really getting many 4+s though. So those are all failed. Failed. All those have failed. So 6 saves of 4+ next. Okay, another 2 models slain on top of that as well. Next slot. This is the last slot here, needing 2s. That 2s has helped. It's great getting the Broodlord in range. And then 4s for wounds, 6s are good. Alright, so there's a slain. That wounded model can disappear. And then the last saves required is 6 saves of 4+. Not going to wipe out the squad. Another 1 model slain and a wound put on another. That's the situation here. The ranks being thinned again, but the wipeout's not occurred. Alright, so Swarmlord, 6 attacks against the Hellblasters in 2s.
Swarmlord?
They've all hit. Broodlord, yeah. So he fights at strength 5, so 3s to wound.
That's AP -6.
Yeah, so that's 2, and 3 damage. So 2 of the Hellblasters gone. James will roll up the banner for them in just a moment. One of them comes through at AP -3.
No, D3.
No, D3 damage. Chance to kill another. Got him. So 3 models. Chance for them to fight. One of them does. It's a single attack. Yeah, single attack.
Yeah.
3s.
Hit you?
Yeah. 5s to wound.
No.
No wound. Okay. Right, so Sergeant fighting back here. He's blocking the... Look at him standing defiantly, blocking the way up to the banner.
Romans. 1 wound. 2 toughness 5.
Okay. Yeah, roll up. Not saved, another wound taken. Intercessors fighting now. Plenty of attacks from them. They've been charged. Yeah, they should bring some Gene Stealers down here. 4s to wound. Should bring down 2 or 3.
Roll ones. Yes, it's 6 wounds.
5+s. Oh, we've blocked 3, but 3 Gene Stealers gone. Right, Gilliman fighting now.
2s.
2s to hit with his attacks.
He's using the Emperor's sword.
Okay.
All hit.
Cool.
6.
3s to wound.
Any 6 is a D3 mortal wounds in addition.
Wow.
So you take D3 mortal wounds.
In addition, yeah, roll that up now. Each one's going to slay a model.
1.
Okay. So one's Gene Stealer
All wounded.
gone. So we'll go here, and the rest of wounds, that's another 6 wounds.
Yeah.
So we'll take 5+ invuln saves, block 1, but another 5 gene stealers removed. Okay, so I've removed models from here. James finds himself out of close combat. He's not going to consolidate in, so Gilliman is now free to move off as he pleases later on. So turns finished. Morale for these to do. We'll pass because we're in synapse for our casualties.
+1 for the Primarch.
Okay. So we'll see what James's morale is here. 3. 7's 10. That could be a problem.
Mine's
Yeah,
+1 for Gilliman.
Yep. Leadership 8.
Yeah.
So you can roll again for your
Leisure
no fear. Needing a 1 or a 2, really.
No, 4.
Okay, so failed. So 1 model will be slain. That's the wounded model. And then 2 others will flee on rolls of 1s and 2.
They don't.
They don't. Okay, so they hold. So they boldly carry on. But casualties have been heavy here for the Ultramarines. Still, the key characters remain alive, but supporting units have been decimated this turn. It's been an effective second wave here from the Tyranids. So points been picked up then. So we've not scanned any of the objectives. Tyranids have been busy with all of their units so far, so that's not taken place. But Linebreaker has been achieved at the end of our turn. So 2 units within James's deployment. No. We're not inside your deployment zone. Remember, yours is a box? Yeah, so you're safe for now. No Linebreaker scored at this point. We've got to get in closer with these units. That may happen. We'll see. And it creates a conundrum for the Ultramarines. They need to push forwards and hold objectives, but then there's the threat of Linebreaker. That's 4 points a turn that can be picked up by the Tyranids if that's achieved. Yeah, so turn's finished. We're going to go on to turn 2 now for the Ultramarines. A lot has happened in this game. That seems to be the case with a lot of our 9th edition battles. Turn 1, turn 2 is so crucial. We'll go on to turn 2 now for the Ultramarines. They've lost about 2/3 of their army. There's a unit from reserves that could arrive. We'll see what Gilliman decides to do. Turn 2 coming up next. Alright, so turn 2 here for the Ultramarines. No points picked up. Wasn't holding any objectives at the start of the turn. The Dreadnought would have done, but he was slain. James has brought the Inceptors down. They're going to let Rippers from Dakar into the Rippers. Then Intercessors have pushed forwards. Lieutenant Captain Akran has moved forwards, backing out to close combat with the Hellblaster, backed up by the Banner just behind. Intercessors have moved across to position themselves on this objective. It's equals at the moment. The idea is to try and get rid of the Gene Stealers. And Gilliman, now isolated and alone, moves down through this hostile area towards the Tyranid monsters. We may well see these two clash. James says maybe the game is lost, but Gilliman still stands, and he has business to do with the Broodlord. Or Swarmlord, sorry. We'll go on to Psychic Phase, Shooting Phase, coming up next. Okay, Lieutenant Marcus. Into the Broodlord.
2 shots. Come on, Marcus. Freeze. Re-rolling 1.
Snake Eyes. Good start. Oh, 6 and 5, well done.
Stroke 5.
Toughness 5, falls to wound. Rerolling 1s.
That's a mortal wound in addition.
Oh, no.
That's 2 wounds.
Oh, no. It's 2 damage, isn't it? Oh, your Patreon's just gone and slain my Broodlord. Ruined. Oh, no.
Okay. Technology.
Not bad. Okay, so good shooting there from Lieutenant Marcus. Next.
Next is, let's give them some Deca Inceptors.
Inceptors, right, let's see some firepower from these. Okay, so I don't know about this game actually. James on the back foot, but there's plenty of time left. And if he hits back hard against the Tyranids, which he's trying to here, then if he can clear them away, he can claim points later on in the game. So it's not all over yet for the Ultramarines. They've been hurt, but they're not down and out of this fight. So you are going to reroll 1s? With this? You need to.
Yeah, I'm going to.
He's going to spend the command point here. This is 30 shots from the Inceptors.
There we go. That's for the smaller straight.
James has 2 command points left. Right, so here come the shots. 3s to hit. Just going against the Raveners just here. It's tactical doctrine in place. It's actually AP -2, so we'll get no armor save at all. There's a load of 2s there, so they can all disappear. And there's another one.
In stroke 5.
Toughness 4. The shooting's really, really good here.
And 3s will kill him.
Yeah.
Because it's AP -2 for...
So, get ready to say goodbye to the Raveners here. They're a unit that's not meant to be in this list. I need to paint up my new units quicker.
Oh, let's put them out of misery. They won't be down.
3s. Right, so call them out to me. I want, it's 3 wounds a time. So, groups of 3.
Dead. 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 Dead.
Oh, no, no, no.
Dead. And 2 wounds.
2 spare wounds. Utterly destroyed. 180 points. Wiped out. That's the most effective I've ever seen from the Inceptors. Good sized squad. Unit 5, not too bad for size wise. And they kick out 30 shots a turn with tactical doctrine.
No, it's
they're really good.
Signs of Gilliman.
And Signs of Gilliman for your reroll ones. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. So that was a threatening unit in that corner, poised to go for Linebreaker, but that has been denied here. The Inceptors have turned up, and James has positioned them so they're on an objective. So good play, excellent. A unit arriving from reserve, and that's starting to tip the game, I reckon. Well, we'll see, but it's starting to help push the game back towards the Ultramarines' favour. But we'll see its early stages yet. And remember, it's only turn 2 in this fight. Alright, so shooting phase resolved. Firepower coming through from here. Captain Akaran, this squad here, firing 2 lots of frag. Almost took out the Gene Stealers, 2 of them remaining. James, for Ultramarines, able to pull out of combat and shoot. So what's left of that squad fired as well. Gilliman fired up the road against the Exocrine and caused 2 wounds. But we rolled a 6 for a feel no pain. It's just 1 wound caused. We're still alive, 3 wounds remaining. And that shooting phase resolved. Both sides now, heavy casualties have been taken. Those Tyranid Gene Stealer units, they're 240 points per unit. James has almost wiped out both. So damage has been heavy on both sides for sure. And casualties, has been a good rate of damage caused here. The Raveners utterly destroyed here with the arrival of the Inceptors. That's kept the Ultramarines in the fight. We'll go on to charges next. So 9 or a 10.
9. Yeah, it's a 9-inch charge.
Okay, we'll double check. But James can roll up here his charge. I can't overwatch, don't have any command points, so you may as well go for it here.
I get +1 for being a Primarch.
Great. Can he do it?
For the Ultra.
Or does he sense a
For
trap?
the Emperor.
Maybe he senses a trap.
For Darling.
Go.
And for Marcus. He's in.
Yeah, he's in. The model's in. That was the score that he needed, just about. It was by a fraction of an inch.
Thanks to his special rule.
But yeah, your special rule has made it work. So Gilliman has made it in. 13 wounds with the Tyranid effects. We'll see if Gilliman can bring this monster down in 1 round of combat. Okay. The Hand of Dominion being used now against this monster.
Rerolling hit rolls.
Oh, it's -1 to hit rolls, is it?
-1 to hit rolls.
Ah.
2 can be rerolled
Yeah.
as well. They've all hit.
Yes, that 2 drops out because that can't be re-rolled.
Now, the reason why I use the Hand of Dominion is strength 16.
Oh, strength 16.
Sorry, strength 12.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right, 3's to win. Oh, what a score for the Emperor. He would be pleased with that. AP minus?
3.
6 to block. Oh, we block 2. Don't tell me it's
D6 damage each.
D6 damage. Oh, there's a chance to bring this down. I thought it might have been 3. 4d6 damage. And you have got us, unless we roll some feel no pains. So that is 12. 15 feel no pains to make. So here they come. Need loads of 6s. And we get 2. So that's 13. I could command reroll for the craziest 6 ever. But I don't have any command, I don't have any command points. If I did. No, okay. Hold it right there. We have Catalyst here. Okay, so feel no pains is 6+, 5+. Catalyst here. So 5s and 6s will be... Right, yeah, just checking through the dice. 5+ feel no pain because of Catalyst, thankfully, from the psychic phase. So we are actually still alive with 3 wounds remaining. So we'll actually fight back. 2 attacks needing 4s. 2, yes, 4s, weapon skills, it's just the number of attacks drop. So we've actually hit, We're fighting you with powerful limbs. No, it's not that great. It's strength 5 because of our damage.
6.
No wounds. Blast. Our weaponry is not very good at all. Okay, so that's that combat resolved. Turn is finished. Yes, morale. None for the Tyranids. Yes, there's Gene Stealers actually. Yeah, leadership passed here for the Gene Stealers. No problem, rolled low enough. Their casualties weren't too high on that squad. Those two remain. So both units cancelling each other out won't count either of us as holding that objective. So just looking around to see if there's any other morale, any other issues. No. Okay, so turn's finished. So points picked up for the Ultramarines. Just the Toxicrone's been killed, that monster, and that's it so far. Okay, yeah, so turn is finished. We're going to go on to turn 3. Tyranids have done well, but they've got to be careful. Ultramarines are not finished yet. Tyranids really need to compose themselves. Gilliman's in amongst the monsters here. I think we may well get to see our encounter between the Swarm Lord and Gilliman to see if he can bring him down. We'll see what happens. We're going to turn 3 now for the Tyranids, the middle stage of the game. Alright, so turn 3 for the Tyranids, 10 points picked up for objectives, we hold 2, so 5 points for that, we hold more than the Ultramarines, only hold 1 at the start of the turn, so 10 points picked up for the Tyranids, that's a good tally for them, continuing to flow in, and that keeps them nicely ahead for now at least, so maybe it's just a case of clinging on in this game and trying to keep the points flowing in to stop the Ultramarines from catching up. Holding position here, Ravener's just tucking in, or Ripper's just tucking a little bit here. They've started to scan on that objective. Tyranids holding position. Can't fire through here, that's obscured for this ruin, so we're going to have to fire in this direction. Rippers, we have advanced with 1 unit, so they've jumped across to here to get inside the deployment zone. The third and final unit to arrive has deep strike to here, so we've gone for line breaker. It's worth 4 points here. James has tucked around here to do a blind charge that James can't overwatch us. Not that he would use the points, I don't think, for that. Backed out close combat against Gilliman, preparing the way for the Swarm Lord to go through. And a wound restored and remaining stationary again with the Exocrine, and a wound restored here as well on the Tyranids. We're going to Psychic phase next for the Tyranids on turn 3. So I'm going to try and stick Catalyst onto the Swarm Lord. That goes off. Trying to get him ready to go here against Gilliman. We'll smite now from... Oh no, we have to do his power actually. So it's going to be a smite across here. Need a 5. That does not go off. We're not going to re-roll it. And then across here, the second smite going into Gilliman. And that does not go off either. Psychic Scream into Gilliman. That does go off. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds caused against the Primarch. Okay, so Psychic phase finished. We've wounded the Primarch at least. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Right, so pick on the Hellblast here with the Exocrine. So 6 shots. Need 4s because we're back up into the second bracket again. Firing into this model. I'm going to try and take him out. So 4s for hits.
Oh, that one.
3s for wounds. Yeah, 3 wounds come through. AP minus 3. 666 required. No, slain. That's the last of the Hellblasters gone. 4+ for a final shot.
Yes.
It does. You can shoot where you want to go. Or choose where you want to shoot. James is going to fire a shot back. 1 shot hit. Hits. Wounds.
AP minus 5. 2 damage.
2 damage. 6+ feel no pain. No. Knocks me down to 2 wounds. Almost slain. 6 shots. We're going to Gilliman here. Try and put some wounds on him. Needing 5s. It's awful shooting. 1 wound does come through. He's in one save of 3+. Failed. 2 damage. 2 more wounds added onto the Primarch unless James decides to go for the command reroll. He's been significantly weakened here, ready for the Swarm Lord to charge in.
No.
He's going to let the wounds go through. Gilliman's head is ours. He's going to go for the command reroll. He doesn't like these wounds coming in. 3+. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, 2 wounds blocked.
No.
Okay, Rupture Cannon into here. 2 hits. 2 wounds. Minus 3. 2 saves are 6+.
Take 1.
Save 1. Alright, whole model slain. That's going to be that one. And then, same target again. 2 hits. 1 wound, 6+. Saved again. Well played. Okay, so Stinger Salvo's out of range, range 18. And I think all our shooting's done. So on to charges next. Right, charges have gone ahead. Yes. Yes, it's going to happen. So we're going to fight first. We are souped up here. We haven't been damaged. Catalyst, Bone Sabers swinging. Gilliman wounded, looks up, sees the Swarm Lord heading towards him. He's been hit 5 times. 3's to wound. I'm going to command reroll that one.
No mortal wounds.
No mortal wounds. So, yeah, 6s would have caused mortal wounds. But 5 invuln saves required.
3+.
3+. To make it through.
So that's how many damage?
That's 3 damage a time.
I'll kill him, so I have to reroll this.
This is it, this is it, this is it. I just sense it. 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2.
1 or 2, 1 or 2.
Yeah, blast. Blast. 3 wounds caused. Oh, now we've got to try and survive. Gilliman, what's he going to use here?
I was going to use the
Sword?
The Emperor.
The sword of the Emperor. Oh no. Heads will roll here. Oh, Gilliman's.
Head.
Oh no, yeah, we'll see. Here it comes.
7 attacks.
Oof.
Because I'm a Space Marine.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually not Space Marine, a Primarch. 2s. Using the Sword of the Emperor. Rerolling to hit. I'll reroll the cop die. I'll reroll both. They've all hit. Toughness.
Toughness 6.
3's to wounds. 6s are D3 mortal wounds in addition.
No.
So you take
2d3 mortal wounds.
mortal wounds.
Yep. Just work our way through this here. 2. Okay, so I'm going to 5+ them. No, it's 2 wounds caused immediately. Come on, Swarm Lord.
I reroll them
Yes.
because I roll 1s. So that's all wounded.
Not 2s to win though, so that one comes off. Okay, so these are all wounds.
AP minus 4.
Did I just use the command reroll? I did, didn't I? I used it up. I should have waited for my 3+ invuln save. We've blocked 4 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. We're still alive, but we've taken serious damage here. Plus the other 2. 8 wounds caused. Alright, James says he's going to stay in close combat because he gets to shoot at least next turn. But look at this here, both of them causing horrific damage upon each other. We don't know who's going to remain alive here at the end of this fight. But Swarmlord's just happy to get into close combat here against Gilliman. Turn's finished here. I reckon there's nothing else to do. So points to trade here. Ha ha ha. Swarmlord, yeah. We ignore 3 more wounds, so we'll go back up to 7. Nice, that keeps us in the fight. Catalyst, very, very useful. So points picked up. We've got to continue reading that objective or scanning it. So the other way we can pick up points is for Line Breaker, which we have achieved. So 4 points picked up thanks to the Revenants. And Assassinate. James's characters all remain alive here. We've not been able to get through to them. So just an extra 4 points picked up here for the Tyranids. That puts them on 24 points to James's 3 at this stage. He will get more points though at the beginning of his turn. Okay, so there was a combat round here. Genestealer's charged in, caused a wound using the acid Moors. We thought we'd do more damage, but no. James turned around and killed one of us back. That now means he holds this objective, so tactically it's worked out better for the Ultramarines. They now count as holding 2 objectives. The Tyranids hold 2, so James will pick up 5 points at the start of his turn. I wouldn't really have changed anything, actually. No, because you would have got 5 points anyway. Turn's finished. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Ultramarines. So Gilliman remains in close combat here. We're going to get this resolved in this game. It's remaining 2 men on the objective. I'm going to try and clear the lone Genestealer away. I think James has backed out of close combat against them. The Ancients moved across. This is the marker for the Patreon. So just moving through the Lieutenant. Captain Akaran's moved through. And the 4 Marines, or the Intercessors, on the objective, and I thought James was going this direction here with the Inceptors. They're heading off this way. It looks like they're going to try and clear out the central objective here as the Tyranids try and scan that central objective. Start of their turn, they controlled 2 objectives, so 5 points picked up. That kind of keeps James in the game. He might be able to reap more points if his army is able to in the mid and later turns of the game. Movement's done, no psychic phase, shooting phase to be resolved next. Alright, so Guilliman is a monster, so you reckon he can shoot at the Swarm Lord. So here it comes.
To the face.
Oh, you can't shoot me down. You've got to fight me nobly. Shooting's cheating.
You smit me.
Obviously annoyed James here. So attempting to wound. That looks good. That does look good. So 3.
4 plus and 1.
Yeah.
Shooting attack.
Yeah, I reckon I might drop to 4 plus. Yeah. Yeah, it's +1 to invuln saves for wounds caused by melee weapons. So 4 pluses. Ooh, look at that. Blocked that. You've got to do better than that, James, if you're going to bring the Swarm Lord. If you're going to bring the Swarm Lord down. Okay, so that's his firepower done. Alright, so 4 shots here with the Intercessors. Going to try and take down the Gene Stealer. 2 wounds. Yeah, he's gone. That's him wiped out. That's secured that objective to some degree. And that's that flank done. Yeah, James has added a CP to his... Oh, I just got no total. 1 CP you have now. Regained at the start of the turn. So some firepower here next. Alright, so Inceptors, their opening volley was good. They're going to try and shoot the Ripper Swarm that's trying to scan the objective. So if James can wipe that out, that'll stop us from picking up the points. So 30 shots, because there's 9 wounds to try and get through. So he's just going to try and eradicate that unit entirely. 3s.
And reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s, yeah. Captain Akaran's nearby. It's good placement. There's a fair few ones. That's it. The rest are 2s. Ones that have missed. That's helped a little bit. Just remove all the ones that have missed. And then we're toughness 3s. It's going to be 3s to wound, strength 5. Alright, James reckons there's an FAQ which says that its tactical doctrine turns 2 and 3. Correct us if we're wrong, but that's apparently the latest.
So save you -2.
Yeah. Well, you're going to... Oof.
And reroll 1.
Oh, because of the Patreon Lieutenant. That's so useful. Loads of 1s. Loads of 1s. Turn those into 3 pluses. Still not that great, but a few have come through. And is that enough to wipe us out? The answer is no. Take that one away. 3. No. 1 wound remains. Okay, so 2 wounds on 1 base. The other 2 bases have been removed, almost wiping them out. Right, Lieutenant Marcus, firing across here into the Neurofroop. Rerolling 1s. Captain Akaran. They've both hit. Strength 5.
Yep.
Force to wound.
Mortal wound in addition.
Nice. Okay, I need to make a 3+ invuln save, which we pass, but a mortal wound has been caused. It's a Volkite pistol. Okay. Captain Akaran, same target. That's the Lieutenant reroll. Toughness 5. So 1 wound comes through. Passed. 3+ invuln save on those things. Toughness 4. Another wound. Saved. Alright. More firepower to come. This squad.
Scanning.
Oh, are they really? Okay. They're going to scan. So they just need to survive through to the start of James's next turn. So that's that unit done. And the banner could let loose a little shot across here against the Tyrannifex. It's sort of on its own now on this flank.
Stood still. That's tactical anyway. 1 hit. No
wait. Okay, shooting phase finished. I think James does have some charges. Obviously an ongoing combat around the other side. We'll see if James has any other charges also. Alright, so charges have taken place. The Patreon's gone in. So Lieutenant Fraser has charged in. He could save the day here. Try and take off the wound from the Ripper to stop that scan from taking place and cause trouble for the Neurofrope. So we'll resolve that first then. Show us what this Blade Guard Lieutenant can do. Okay, 5 attacks with the Lieutenant here.
2s.
Two's hit. They've all hit here. Three's to wound. It's +1 strength. Rerolling ones. Rerolling for his own bubble. Oh, 4.
2 damage.
2 damage. Go, Marcus. Come on. Give me 2. I'm going to make my in-1 saves a 3+. Come on, reroll. Even if I come on reroll, I think I'm gone.
You're dead.
Yeah, we're... Come on, reroll. Pass 1. 4 damage. Already taken a wound. I've gone. You've done it. Yeah, so just thinking about James's choice of attacks, it's great that he's taken out the Neurothrope. It's definitely worth doing that. But that Ripper remains. It's been charged in close combat, but that doesn't affect actions. Just checking the wording. Pretty much anything else you do disrupts an action, but fighting in close combat doesn't. So it looks like the Rippers will pick up the points there for scanning. Managed to scan somehow. They've scanned. Maybe they've all joined together, all a dozen of them, just scanning. You'd have to use your imagination as to how they've done that, but I think we pick up the points. It's worth 3 points there, so the Rippers get that. Surely they'll be destroyed if they hang around any longer, but maybe their little mission has been fulfilled. Okay, so central objective. Now, no, we're troops. So we still hold that central objective. Okay, so we'll go on to this combat next. This one's quite important because if James is able to slay the Swarm Lord, that'll be a great result in and of itself, and we'll lose our Synapse auto-pass morale here for the Ripper Swarm as well. Alright, so we're going to fight with the Swarm Lord. The opponent gets to fight first, so we're obviously going to fight with the Swarm Lord here. We're on 7 wounds. That still keeps us in our top bracket, just about. So 6 attacks, then 2s. 4 hit except 1. Then we're going to go for 3s to wound. Yeah, that'll do. I've got a command point left. I think it would be worth saving it. We'll leave it. So in-1 saves of 3 plus double 1. Damage of 3. So no matter what you do, he's going to die.
I'm going to try and resurrect him. With a command point reroll on standby.
Yeah, no, because I think for 9th edition, this roll that you're going to make is non-rerollable. It's not listed in the command reroll stratagem. So this is a straight 50-50. Gilliman gets up or he doesn't. Take your time, James. Just pause for a moment. This is... Oh, he's rolled a 1. Gilliman's dead. The Swarm Lord has got his wish. He's killed him. He's killed Gilliman. He was born and bred for that. All that biomass, that time, that development, that hive fleet adaptation, the losses that we've sustained, the humiliation, the dying and then being absorbed into the biomass, the recreating, the studying of the Ultramarines, it's all paid off here. He's been bred to slay Gilliman, and in their first encounter, the Decapitator has taken your head. That head is mine now, and I will superglue it to my base. You got any superglue, James?
No.
Where's my superglue? Go on, I'll put it next to that Blood Angel's head. There you go. Perfect spot.
He's still alive. He's teleported out.
The head. So the final sweep of the sword, the head just flops to the ground, and the lifeless, limp body of the Primarch comes crashing down. The Swarm Lord is victorious. You can imagine this. Imagine the stories going back here from these Marines. I saw it myself. I saw Gilliman decapitated on the field of battle. Oh dear, what a shockwaves this is for the Imperium. Gilliman is gone. Here, we've checked the rules. James has double-checked through the book, but it falls into the category now for 9th edition. Here, that 4+ can't be re-rolled. So we'll remove the carcass from play here, as we'll maybe push ahead with him. Where else should we go? Yeah, we'll move on. I'm going to move him 3 inches, so we'll go to there, and the Decapitator can continue to fight on. Alright, so turn is finished now. The Ripper Swarm did its attacks, no damage on the Lieutenant, and the turn is finished. So points picked up. Yes, Tyranids pick up 3 more points for Assassinate. So Guilliman, a character model, so he's been brought down. 3 points picked up for that. So that's good for the Tyranids. And what's going to be the killer here? We control 1. We do control this objective, and thanks to the Swarm Lord, we control 3 objectives. That's now worth 15 points here to the Tyranids. We'll go on to their turn 4. They have swung the game back around. They need to cling on, though. A couple of turns to go to see this game through to victory. Nothing's guaranteed at this stage. We'll go on to turn 4 for the Tyranids next. Alright, so turn 4 now for the Tyranids. 15 points picked up. They've surged nicely ahead and a chance to score more points here in this game. 3 points picked up for the scan being completed on that objective as well. So another 3 points added on top. Line breakers a possibility again, and maybe a chance to go on the hunt now for assassinate points as well. So wound restored here back up to 5 and remaining on the objective. We've moved 6 across here and a wound restored back up to 3. It can see through the gap now at the Inceptors. This one can see the Inceptors as well, remaining stationary with the other Tyranid effects as well. So Tyranids don't have many units left on the board, but what they do have a pretty high value, pretty nasty stuff available. 9-inch move. He's still in a healthy bracket, going to push through as the Lieutenant Phrase, Marcus Fraser, better watch out here. The Swarm Lord is headed straight for him. Alright, so we'll go on to, that's movement done, we'll go on to Psychic Phase for the Tyranids next. Alright, so Swarm Lord, we'll go for Smite here, onto the Lieutenant. That goes off. Just a mortal wound caused, and then we'll go for Psychic Scream. That does not go off, so it's going to have to be close combat where the Lieutenant is killed, but a wound put on him. Psychic Phase finished. So Shooting Phase next. Terrain effects, everything it has into these. So Rupture Cannon first of all. 2 hits. 2's to wound, because it's strength 10. So 2 come through, so 2 saves of 6+ here. Double 6. Really good. Stinger Salvo. 2 hits. No, a wound.
No, 3.
Yeah, AP -1, I think. So maybe a wound.
Stinger Salvo. Strength 5, AP -1, 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage caused. We'll fire the Rupture Cannon again. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 2 more saves of 6+ required. You've done it once. And you almost did it again. 6 of 4, well played. And D6 damage, it's a 6, so we do finally destroy one of these models. So we'll fire just the Rupture Cannon from the other side. It can see through across. So 4s, 2s. Yeah, 2 more make it through. Really asking some questions of these Inceptors here. 2 saves of 6+. Otherwise there could be more slain. No, D6 on the first one. Got him. D6 on the next. 2 wounds caused on another. I could command reroll that one. Yeah, we'll command reroll it. Oh, it's even worse. 1 wound caused. Firing a second time. 2 hits. 2 2s. It's enough. Strength 10. 2 saves of 6+. Here, no. So got him and picked off another. 2 slain. There's only 1 left. Okay, so we'll see if we can finish him off here. So we've moved, so it's going to be 5s for hits here with the Exocrine. 3 hits. 3's to wound at strength 7. 2 wounds come through, AP -3 again. 6s required. There's 1, 2 damage. The Sergeant lives with 1, they're 3 wounds at a time. Yeah, 1 wound remaining. Alright, so Shooting Phase resolved here. Not too bad at all. It's almost wiping out the Inceptors. Just 1 model left. We're going to charges next here. The Decapitator will attempt another charge. Alright, Patreon Marcus Phrase. Stand up for yourself here. The Swarm Lord has made it in. So we're still on our full bracket. So we're on 6 attacks here. Raise that shield high and see if you can withstand the attacks coming through. So 5 attacks have hit. Oh, not so good here. So those have failed. 2. I'm going to command reroll this one. Yep, so that's all my command points used up. So 3, that was a pass there. So 3 have made it through.
3 forest invulnerable saves.
Yep. 2 have failed. Have you got any command points left?
Yeah.
Got 1.
Have to spend it.
Here it is, another 50-50.
5 plus to regain that CP.
Yes, remember that first. No. Okay.
4 plus.
50-50. No, he's gone. That's 6 damage. The lieutenant's been slain here. Another assassinate from the Swarm Lord. Another 3 points picked up. And the central objective claimed. So here's the situation. Are we going to get a Captain Akaran Swarm Lord showdown? That's the that's the question. It could. Yeah, you've got to. Vengeance here. You've just smashed the lieutenant. You can imagine him being smashed to the side of the building. His limp body drops down. Another character slain here by the decapitator. So you're going to have to cut off the head from the lieutenant and add that to my base as well. Getting quite a collection of skulls here for my decapitator's base. Yeah, his second name is the Decapitator, the Decimator of Mankind, is his full title. All right, we've got a score here. It's 52 points to 8. It's the Tyranids reaping points for holding objectives, which they've consistently done throughout the game. Again, we've harvested Linebreaker at the back here. It's another 4 points picked up, and it's starting to pick up points for Assassinate now as well. And adding all that together, it's bringing in a mighty amount of points here for the Tyranids. They're miles ahead. Ultramarines playing for pride here. That Swarm Lord must go. We'll now move on to turn 4 for the Ultramarines. Alright, so movement taking place. Some points have been picked up here by the Ultramarines as well. So remaining stationary of those 2 intercessors, which can actually see through to here. James is going to get some shots from them. The Interceptor's moved across and does have line of sight through to this unit. Holding position here just to max out the firepower here for the intercessors and hold on to the objective. Then Akaran and the Ancient are heading straight towards the Decapitator. That's movement done. Points picked up. 2 objectives held, so 5 points for that. James's scan here was completed, so another 3 points picked up for that as well. So that is now 52 points and 16 points to the Ultramarines. We'll now go on to their shooting phase next. Alright, so shooting phase resolved. Quite crucially, a wound was picked off the Swarm Lord. So that drops me down a bracket. That was supporting fire coming through from the intercessors. Then intercessor fire, the 2 that are holding the objective across here, managed to cause 2 wounds firing through. And then a base and a wound caused here. That was firepower coming from the sergeant for the Inceptors. So not too bad. We'll go on to charges. And there's not going to be any Overwatch, so charges coming up next. Alright, so Captain Akaran, he's got 2 choices. He can go for the sword or the fist against the Swarm Lord. If you don't kill me, I will hack you down. Another head. Gauntlet, here it comes. Rerolling 1s for himself. 4 have made it through. What's the strength on this?
8.
Ooh, 3 make it through. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 plus invuln saves. I've got no command rerolls available. 2 make it through. What's the damage?
D3.
2d3. You can kill me. This is your chance to kill me. Just take your time. Take your time. Don't roll it quick.
Reroll that for a CP. 5 plus to regain.
5 plus to regain. He does. Oh, thankfully that wasn't the roll. Third of a chance. Oh no! 2 wounds left on the Decapitator. He's almost slain though. Brilliant work from Akaran. 2 wounds remain on the Swarm Lord. Well played. You almost killed him. Almost had your revenge. But not quite. So we drop down to 4 attacks here. It's still 2s to hit. They've all hit. And just checking our strength. We are... Oh, we dropped down though. We dropped down to strength 6. So it's going to be 3s to wound. Oh, they've all wounded. What is this creature? Don't tell me. Don't.
He's got 7 wounds, I think.
You better check if he's got 7 wounds, because he's just taken 6. Okay.
Probably.
Oh no, I think he's got 6 wounds. James is going to slowly check the book here and turn the pages. I think he's got 6 wounds. Gravis Captain, no, maybe not. He may have, no, don't know. There's some hope that he's got 7 wounds. We'll let James consult the book for his own doom. It's... Say it. You can hear him flicking through the pages. Captain in Gravis armour. 7. Oh, he's got 7 wounds. He's still alive. 1 wound left. Incredible. Right, so Captain Akaran, hero of the chapter. He lives. So well played. 1 wound remaining. Yes, what's crucial here is it's my turn next, and James will get to fight first when it comes around to when it comes around to the fight phase. So yeah, you can bring me down if you survive Psychic Scream and Smite. Okay. Oh dear. We'll end the turn here. For this. If I bring him down, I could go for the quadruple character kill. We're moving into the realm of legend here with the Swarmlord. Yes, no secondaries scored here. End of turn. So finish it there. We'll go on to Tyranid turn 5. We know they've won. I'm going to pick up another, because of this, the little minis just there, the Raveners, Rippers. So we still control 3 objectives. So it's 15 more points here as we go on to turn 5 for the Tyranids. Right, so movement done for the Tyranids, and there is no movement really. Going to keep the monsters still. Restored wounds on this monster here and the Exocrine, and that's about it. So we'll go on to Psychic phase next. So quite straightforward. I'm going to try and put Smite into Captain Akaran. And it goes off, needing a 5. It's 3 mortal wounds.
4+ I get to shoot.
Oh, because of the banner.
No.
It doesn't. No, you're in close combat. That's 4+ to try and fight, but you haven't rolled it. It's rolled a 3. So, yeah, just saying it can't be re-rolled here. It doesn't fall under the category of a re-roll. Correct us if we're wrong, but we reckon that is the situation. So Captain Akaran, very quickly here, slain in the Psychic phase. Okay, we'll go for Psychic Scream next, which does not go off. I think that is a 6 required for that one. Oh, it is a 5. It has gone off. So D3 mortal wounds, 3 mortal wounds on the banner here. Alright, so Psychic phase finished. We're going to Shooting phase next. The big guns are in range. They do have targets here, just the height of them they can see over to these units here. Alright, so Shooting phase resolved. 1 Intercessor brought down, the Inceptor wiped out. That was firepower coming from here. And we were limited with what we could see after that Inceptor was gone. And this Intercessor, our angle cut right down, so we couldn't see through to those Marines. So no firepower coming from those 2 monsters. That is Shooting phase done. Charges next here. See if the Decapitator can take down the banner. So yeah, we've made it in. Here it comes. They've all hit. 3s to wound. 2 wounds make it through. 6s to stay alive. Snake eyes. And that is the end of the banner, end of the game, and another 3 points picked up for Assassinate here from the Decapitator. An unbelievable run from the Swarmlord. Alright, so turn's come to an end. Points have been picked up. That morale's going to be no problem. I'm going to go on to turn 5 for the Ultramarines. I think James wants to try and bring the Decapitator down if he can. It's just 2 wounds to try and cause here. Alright, so here we go. We're going to let James do shooting. 5 points picked up for holding 2 objectives. And now the final throw of the dice here. James has moved the Intercessors in. They're going to fire and charge to try and bring the Decapitator down. You should be able to do it. Should be able to do it.
Sounded Gilliman.
2 grenade launchers.
Yeah, playing CP. 5+. Oh, he's dead anyway. How many guys can shoot?
Well, the Sergeant can throw a crack grenade, and you can do 2 crack grenade shots from the...
No, he says instead of grenade.
Oh, okay.
2 solid shots.
Here it comes.
We're rolling to hit because of the stratagem.
Oh, I see. 2 hits come through. 5's to win, though. Snake Eyes. Oh. And the sergeant with his bolt rifle. Snake Eyes again. The dice is just not working. Oh, but Signs of Gilliman. 6 and 2. No wound. Okay, it's got to be in close combat now that you resolve this. So we'll just go head straight onto that here. Nothing else really relevant around on the table. So the charge will go ahead. I'll let James roll his charge distance. See how aggressive these intercessors are. Double 2. They don't really want to go in against the decapitator, but they've rolled high enough. So on the charge, James will get 4 attacks with the sergeant, 3 attacks with the other 2 Marines. So we're looking at 10 attacks. It's an impressive amount of attacks. 3s. Oh, it's not very good at all. No, those have missed. Just 4 have made it through. Our chances of survival increasing. Double 6 though. No AP minus.
Yes, there is.
Because it's the assault doctrine. 2 4-ups. Snake Eyes from me. We have 1 command reroll left. Or 1 CP left. So it's a 50-50 to stay alive. It's as simple as this. 6. Oh, he's lived. He lives. And then we will attack. James has left the building here. We'll attack back. Full hit. All wounded. No, our strength's dropped down. 3 wounds come through. AP minus 3. James needs a 6 to keep these alive. Otherwise it's another wipeout. There's a 6. 1 sergeant will live to tell the tale. 2 Marines brought down just here, and the game ends at this point. A lone sergeant fights on. We'll leave it to your imagination who would win out of these 2. But Decapitator almost wiping out another target. All right, so final score, 77 points to the Tyranids. They have done well. 21 points to the Ultramarines. So some points to add to the scoreline. So the way our league's working here for Season 8, a lot of the games are played for 8th edition. So the way the points are scored now, you score loads more points for 9th edition games. So what we're doing is taking out 9th edition scoreline and dividing it by 3 for the purposes of our league. So that translates to 21 points for the Tyranids, which is a really good score for our Season 8 league. And then 7 points for the Ultramarines, so some points coming for them. You can check out the league. It's over on the Plus channel, StrikingScorpion82plus.tv. You can head over to there. There is a tab that says League. It's open for everybody to see. You can click on that and you can get the results for all of the games. You can see where all the armies stand in the league. But a victory here for the Tyranids, that will give them a glimmer of hope of going through to the final stages of our Season 8 battle reports. It is a second loss here for the Ultramarines. They must win their 3rd and final game if they're to stand any chance of going through to the later stages of our Season 8 games. Bit of a shock here in this game. Gilliman led the Ultramarines in this game, but the Decapitator brought him down and all of the HQs on the table here. Crazy game, some epic moments taking place, a memorable one here, and Tyranids restoring some of their reputation here in this fight. So units of the game for both sides, I have to give it to the Swarm Lord. It's well worth painting him up. It's a fantastic model, beautiful sculpt that Games Workshop have produced. I just based him on some rocks here just to raise him up a bit higher, added in some heads to his base, and a bit of blood for the blood clot splattered on as well. But happy with how he's turned out. But performed well in this game. Managed to survive, usually is picked on, and then he waded his way through one character after the next. So Swarmlord gets it for the Tyranids. Good fire support from other units for sure. James is going to give it to the Inceptors. They arrived on the board and wiped out the Raveners very quickly, and then began gunning down other Tyranid targets. So that's units of the game for both sides. Great game. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on both the channels, on YouTube and over on the Plus channel as well. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.